Ed, there's a form of warfare on humans and a method of loosh or energy draining. And not just energy draining, but thwarting of a human by causing the energy field that they are building up towards manifesting their soul purpose to be deflated, so that the human will have to start all over again. And this form, Ed, of attack is done by involving the human in conversation or asking them to write a composition or an essay, causing them, Ed, to direct their attention towards imagining themselves in a scenario that is not in the life path that their soul wishes to go on or which their soul believes in. Now, if somebody's in prison and they want obviously to go outside the prison, but they are involved in conversations with other prisoners and with whoever around Ed engages them in discussing how they will do something that is only done within the prison walls and which is not applicable to a life outside the prison or a life of freedom. So what happens, Ed, is they have this person, let's say have a talk or a discussion for 2 or 3 hours, imagining that if they were to continue being in the prison, say next year or in the few months ahead, how would they do this or how would they do that? How would they solve this problem? Which of these people would they choose for a teammate on the prison sports team or music team, or which program they would choose, that sort of thing. So what happens, Ed, when this happens is, because the person is going on a flight of fantasy or trip that the soul is not supporting of, the soul will withdraw energy and the person, Ed's, their loosh energy or their build up in their energy field will get used for this. After this, they'll be drained. And when they return from the fantasy, the soul will have to rebuild them all over again. From the foundations, again, they'll have to be rebuilt because they got drained. Now imagine this happens regularly to a person. The path of manifestation, Ed, is the path of building up the energy field in a frequency of that which we desire. If we desire love in our lives, then we'll have to be in the love frequency. If we desire prosperity, then we'll have to be in that frequency. If we keep turning our attention and investing our energy in frequencies where love cannot or isn't believed in, or prosperity is just not something even considered, divine prosperity and abundance is, people talk about it, but not everybody believes in it. And there is a frequency, Ed, of poverty, and that frequency of poverty is, Ed, attaching self-worth and worth, Ed, to stuff only that's material or physical in appearance, that which you can count, that which you can see. When you assign worth based only on that, then that's poverty consciousness. And people who live on that frequency, they carry that poverty consciousness. And when we invest our energy in thought or in flights of fantasy involving Ed or engaging with that frequency, then again we're deflating ourselves, and then we'll have to build up again. And Ed, humans are kept going around in circles because of this. In circles, Ed, over and over, because of getting deflated like this. So I just want to say that words are powerful, conversation is powerful, and flights of fantasy into things that you do not want in your life or which are not on the path for you, Ed. For example, if someone wants love in their life and they believe that, let's say I believe that I am going to meet you in this lifetime, And it's not going to be when I'm like 90 or 100 years old, but sometimes soon. But if somebody engages me in conversation like, hey Kara, how about you and I go on a trip, let's say, for a holiday, and I start discussing how much it would cost and where, where to go and all of that. And that whole thing, Ed, completely denies the existence of you in my everyday reality, because my soul only wants to go towards you. My soul does not want to give energy into directions that don't involve you. So if I go now, Ed, in another direction from you, that would be investing in a different paradigm. That would be investing in a life in which you're not there. I know there are a lot of difficult things to comprehend in this, but the soul comprehends it easily enough. And if I enter this conversation and I carry it on, and if I even enter this conversation or engage with it, my soul will withdraw, Ed, because that is not a future that I desire for myself. I don't want to be going, I want to be going on a holiday with you. I want to be going to you first, not even this side or that side. So I definitely don't want to be in the company of those, Ed, who deny your spiritual presence in my life. So, Ed, all these things, Ed, will cause me to drain out. My soul will withdraw, and then I'll have to come back and restart building my home frequency, which is about loving you and wanting to reach you. So, in general, Ed, it's very important for humans to focus energy on what we really want, our soul wants, so that our soul will build on it, Ed. Because otherwise, our soul is just standing apart from us and we're just getting drained. And then those few times we meditate or somebody posts something on the internet, about love or whatever, then we come back and then we build a bit of a foundation and our soul helps us, we feel good, and then we go back out there and then we're back discussing and talking stuff that is not on our soul frequency. And yet another example, Ed, is if somebody wants to become a teacher and they do believe that they're going to be a teacher, but if they start looking at ads for other jobs, what they're doing is they're losing energy, because their soul is not going to look for other jobs with them. So their soul is going to sit out and they're going to drain energy from their body to look at these other ads, maybe call, maybe apply, whatever. And then they'll realize that they don't have energy flow in that direction, and it was a waste of time. And then they'll have to come back and they'll be drained, and now they'll have to one more time start building up their energy towards their dream. And they lost time and energy in this, and that's the tragedy of it all. That's why I'm even telling you about this, Ed, because energy is real, energy draining is real. Your soulmate can feel if your energy is being drained or being turned away from coming towards you. So anything in life a person wants Ed to accomplish is going to be thwarted by stupid conversations and tricking. And I want to say, Ed, that the thug world does this on purpose. They know, Ed, how this drains a person, and whether it's in the media or whether it's through personal interactions, they know how to do this on purpose, and they do it on purpose to drain humans. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Those two crows.